Hi, and welcome back to the
Biggie
Biggie and
and
Fatty
Fatty
Show.
Show.
And today we will be doing a devil's advocate video that makes sense. Basically, it is a little story that you find on Reddit or TikTok or Facebook, whatever you use. And it's like, am I the asshole for, and the both of us will be, don't read that shit again.
Sorry.
The both of us will be playing each side to see if they are the asshole or not.
Am I the asshole for calling my wife fat? I, 34. I, 34M, work in a physically demanding field. Myself and my coworkers are all fit people without a lot of body type variety. My wife, 32F, is fat. The thing is, she's always been fat. The whole time I've known her. We dated when she was fat. We got married when she was fat. She knows she's fat. She's fat and she's beautiful. I'm happy if she loses weight and I'm happy if she stays where she is. I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world as is. One of my coworkers, Julia, 28F, started complaining that she's too far to be loved and fat people don't get to be loved. Julia isn't fat. She's maybe 120 pounds. She works out 5 times a week and barely ever eats. I told her that wasn't true and that my wife was fat.
Okay?
Hang on.
Fuck.
Okay. She got really red in the face and started telling me I wasn't allowed to call my wife fat, that I was insulting her, and that my wife was beautiful and curvy. Carol doesn't like being called curvy. She thinks it's a label used to avoid calling people fat because it's a dirty word to most people. I told Julia as much. Julia started threatening to tell my wife I called her fat. She pulled up her Instagram and told me she was messaging Carol that I was being mean. I beat her to the punch and called my wife, put her on speaker, and asked if she was curvy or fat. Carol laughed and said, I hate that curvy shit. Fat and beautiful, baby. I thanked her, told her I loved her, and hung up. As soon as I hit end, Julia went mental. She started screaming that I was abusing my wife. When I asked how, she said I was clearly brainwashing her into accepting the term fat to try to keep her complacent.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I don't know that word. Complacent. And from getting away from me. That no woman in her right mind could be okay with their husband calling them fat. I showed her a picture of my wife in a shirt that had BBW on it. She bought it for herself.
Big-bodied women!
She bought it for herself, BTW. Oh, by the way. Sorry, guys. She stormed off and hasn't spoken to me since. Now, I just walked in today to an email from HR requesting a meeting with me. I don't think it's a big deal. I have my wife's blog for fat positivity, the shirt, and can easily call her for proof. But now things are frigid at work, and Julia constantly gives me dirty looks when we're in the same room. She ignores me otherwise. So I'm just over here scratching my head. Am I the asshole for calling my wife fat? There's an update too. Do you want me to read that now or later?
Later.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about that? Okay.
Okay, then, yes. Like, she said, she's calling herself fat. It's one thing to call yourself fat than other people to call you fat. Because it's just different when you're saying that, oh yeah, I'm fat, like, it's whatever. It's different when you're hearing it from someone else, like, Lindsay, you're fucking fat. Like, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, but like, she even said herself to him. He asked, "Are you fat or curvy?" She said, I'm fat and beautiful, baby."
I know someone that says the same thing.
Who?
But second someone goes and calls them fat,
Oh, this is about me, isn't it?
no.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Sorry.
But no, he's an asshole for that.
Well, she didn't seem to think that he was an asshole, and that's what it was all about. She didn't care.
Doesn't matter. It's disrespectful. Common fucking sense, Lindsay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. But what?
But hang on. She's happy where she's at, and that's all that matters. And she knows her husband loves her.
But he's fat shaming her on the daily.
Mm-mm. He wasn't fat shaming. He was just stating it.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just saying. He wasn't like, you're fucking fat, you need to go lose some fucking weight. No, he was just like, you're fat. But like
Bitch.
No, he didn't even say that to her face. He was just like,
also just behind her back.
oh yeah, my wife's kind of
fat.
Kind of hefty. You know?
If your significant other went and told someone that you're hefty, what would you do?
I'd kill myself, but that's because
Exactly.
But that's because
Uh-huh.
But that's oh no, I can't say that. But she's happy in her body. And she knows she's happy in her body. He knows she's happy in her body. He's happy with her body. What do you mean,
Bitch. If I was happy with someone's body, I wouldn't go run around saying, "Oh yeah, she's hefty, she's fat."
Well,
Like,
when you're happy with someone's, like, let's say you had a girlfriend and you were happy with her body. Yeah, I know. Like, guys go around all the time saying that their girlfriend's skinny.
okay.
Or saying that they I don't know what to call it. But they say that all the time, so what's the difference with fat people? Now you're being fat phobic.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go around saying, "Oh yeah, my partner is skinny." Like, what? That's not. If you we need to normalize not talking about people's bodies.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like, that's just.
Hang on, why were they even talking about it in the first place? Wait, Julia. Hang on, there was a typo in this. I think Julia was complaining that she's too fat to be loved, like her herself, but she's the skinny one that's like maybe 120 pounds.
Okay, yeah, and it makes her uncomfortable that he's calling his wife fat.
No, and then the reason that he even brought anything up about his wife is because she's on the bigger side, and they all know it. Like, it's not like it's a secret. Like, if you see a fat, okay, this is gonna sound really bad, okay, but like if you see a fat person, it's not you're not gonna be like, oh, they're so skinny. But like a normal decent person wouldn't be like, oh my god, they're fucking whale like it's like a normal person. It shouldn't even cross your mind anything about their body.
Lindsay, read the update. Read the update right now.
I'm not trying to be fat phobic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fat phobic.
I know.
Edit/update. So I met with HR at 4 today. Apparently, multiple coworkers who had overheard the conversation stopped by HR through the day to give their side/weigh in. I wasn't in trouble. They just wanted my side of things. It checked out with what everyone else had said too. I still don't know which of my crew stopped by, but I owe them my life. I offered to show my wife's blog, and our rep, who's a really nice girl, told me that if it didn't affect my work, it was irrelevant. The story had been corroborated enough by others. HR reiterated a lot of what y'all said. Even though Julia initiated the conversation, I shouldn't have jumped in. It was less of a scolding and more of a request to keep my nose out of other people's business. I'm sad because I thought Julia and I were friends. We talked about our mental health struggles, the hardships of the field we're in, and heavy things like that. Won't be having those conversations any further. Julia and I will no longer be paired on teams for patient care. I was told my part in the investigation was done, and they thanked me for my time, so I think I'm going to be okay. Before I left, I told HR that if weight loss/body image wasn't supposed to be a topic of conversation, they should consider enforcing that on a company level. We have a weight loss challenge, I suggested, making it a fitness challenge instead, and she said they'd take it into consideration. So that's it. I wrapped up my treatments. Everything will hopefully shake out. Haven't spoke to Julia, hoping to avoid her for the near future. Thank you all for the sanity check. Now to quote Clue, I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. So,
I don't think the topic of body or anything should be in a workplace.
I don't think so either.
Like
Like it doesn't. I don't think it. Okay, I
weight
know
loss
this.
challenge?
Yeah,
That seems fucked up.
They have a weight loss challenge. He's trying to change it to a fitness challenge. But that's still. I mean,
like
I know this is supposed to be devil's advocate, but I don't think I can advocate for that.
no, that's I don't like that.
In reality, I do think he was the asshole. I just don't think he was trying to be. I feel like he should have just kept his mouth shut.
Am I the asshole for breaking up with my female to male boyfriend because I'm not gay? I, male, 20, and my boyfriend, female to male, 21, have been together for almost 2 years. Recently, he came out as trans female to male to me and his closest friends. I mean, at least you're using their pronouns. Since he is still only studying and his parents aren't supportive, but I already have a job, I offered to pay his treatment. Some weeks ago we talked and I told him that since I'm not into men, maybe we should break up. I offered to keep paying for his testosterone until he can pay for it for himself.
Sorry.
But he got angry and called me transphobe. Am I really transphobic? I tried my best to be gentle and told him that we didn't need to break up immediately if I didn't want to, if he didn't want to, but just that we should probably start to slowly stop dating. Also, sorry if some of these sentences don't make sense. English isn't my first language. I'm just dyslexic, so that made sense to me.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm choosing my side first because you chose last time.
Okay.
I don't think he's the asshole.
Why?
Because he was very supportive and he used his ex-boyfriend's pronouns and was even paying for his treatments, but he just wasn't really into that, and that's okay.
I feel like he when he said some weeks ago we talked and I told him that since I'm not in the men, maybe we should break up. That could have went a lot better than how he worded it, because I don't know. This is a hard one
The
because
last one was a hard one.
that wouldn't, in a way, it could be taken as transphobic, but in another way, it couldn't be, because yes, he did use his pronouns. Yes, he was being respectful about it, but I feel like there could have been more communication between the two and figure out how this is all going instead of just immediately going to breaking up.
Yeah, but it kind of seems like it wasn't like immediate. Like I feel like they were still together for a while, and that's just not what he wants, and that's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like they can't still be friends. Like he never said he
Yeah.
wants to drop him.
Yeah, and they were going out for 2 years, so you can't just drop all of that immediately. Mm-hmm. Some of the comments. Someone said that's a great dad.
I don't get it.
Okay, this one says, I said I'm going to treat him like a boy, so oh, he said this. Okay. So the person that actually wrote this story said, I said I'm going to treat him like a boy, so no more sleepovers. He decided he was still a girl the next year.
So I'm confused.
Yeah,
So
what?
did he detransition on his own, or was it because he felt like unsupported, or was it because of the breakup?
I don't
And why can't
know.
he have sleepovers with a what? That okay.
Literally, bro. Okay. That is the end of the Biggie and Fatty show. That's Fatty and Biggie.
I'm not daddy.
Should we do a weight check?
Yeah, but you have to hold my tits for me.